We leave it there. Meanwhile, the US government has shut down much of its operations after a last-ditch effort to get a funding deal through the Senate failed, bringing the system to a grinding halt. The deep partisan division has prevented Congress and the White House from reaching a funding deal, setting off what could be a long, grueling standoff that could lead to the loss of thousands of federal jobs. The previous government shutdown happened in 2018, also under US President Donald Trump, during his first presidential term. There was no clear path out of the impasse, while agencies warned that the 15th government shutdown would halt the release of a closely watched September employment report, slow air travel, suspended scientific research, withhold pay from US troops, and lead to the furlough of 750,000 federal workers at a daily cost of $400 million. But what does this truly mean for people living in the United States of America and for those who are hoping to migrate in this period to the USA? I take that conversation forward. I have with me Professor M.K. Agarwal, senior economist with us. Professor Agarwal, firstly, your thoughts on the current shutdown of the US government, sir?
Well, I think this is the culmination of so many things in US economy. Basic is the problem of their economic mismanagement for last several years, and this has been further aggravated by Trump's methodology of running the economic administration and economic relationship globally. He has disturbed the global supply chains and global trade scenario. So that is costing now adversely to their own economy. In US economy, US economy has very weak fundamentals in terms of the macroeconomic behavior, be it their revenue realization, be it you can say their consumer spending, or be it very high rate of policy rates in the US economy. Still, it is in a very heat up situation. So they require more funding to sustain the expenditure despite much cut by the Trump administration. In the expenditure, they are not able to meet their regular expenditures. As a result, the deadline of Wednesday could not be met, and no issue, nothing else, but they have to go. Trump administration had to go for shutdown. Can you imagine a power center of the world, the so-called claiming a country that it has all the economic fundamentals, and what is happening because of the lack of funds to sustain their regular expenditure, they are taking official shutdown, and this further shows few more things how the domestic political economy is working. There is no smooth relationship now between the Trump administration and the Congress. This is the fallout of this also. So what is there? Trump is gradually making his path very difficult. Firstly, globally, he is not able to sustain the relationship. Domestically, he is posing in a very different manner, not in a very cordial manner. So even the institutions are not able to support him. And this is the worst result. Although it is not for the first time, but what is apprehended now is that many of the government offices may be permanently shut down. Many of the government staff may be permanently removed from the job. So it may cause a panic in the US economy.
At the same time, Professor Agarwal, what would be your recommendation to the people who, like I said, are currently hoping to migrate to the US, and a lot of those procedures have also come to a standstill as far as H-1B visa processing is concerned?
Well, I believe that those who are fascinated by US or they are obsessed by US economy, they are not correct in their assessment, particularly in the current perspective. So my simple suggestion is there, they must first examine the true situation that is prevailing, and their prospect is getting worse by worse. Every single day it is getting worse. Moreover, this administration, Trump administration, in the name of MAGA, is highly discriminatory against the migrants, particularly the Indians, because Indians are migrating in large number. to settle in US. So my simple suggestion is there. Indian economy is making much progress with much comfort, and the situation in Europe is equally not very good. So my suggestion would be you explore your future prospects in the Indian economy. That will be of great advantage in the long run.
Right, absolutely. So stay on with me as we shift our focus to more international news. India